can see the hate, I can see the lies. See it in your face, read it out your eyes. Why they watching me? They got their eyes on me. Why they watching me? They got their eyes on me. They want it while I get it. They lose it while I win it. It's the rules of the game you playing. In your eyes I can see you hating. Why they watching me? They got their.
Hello, Matt. How you doing?
I'm doing great, guys. How about you guys?
I'm good.
So today we have Matt with us. On the previous episodes that we done with us in the past, he was still a PT. Now he's focusing on his career on trading. So Matt, if you can help us out, what is trading?
So, there's a lot of types of trading, but the one I do is Forex, which is, Forex is the abbreviation of foreign exchange market, which is the biggest market in the whole world. I mean, $6.6 trillion a day are traded in this market. So basically it's the exchange of one currency against the other currency. For example, the British pound against the US dollar. That was basically it. The same when you go to a holiday, and if you're in here and you, for example, you have to go back to your country, you need to exchange British pounds to euros.
Oh, okay.
So do you trade through currencies rather than stocks, normal stocks then?
Stocks are too slow, and you need a lot of money to trade stocks. You need millions to trade stocks. That's the difference. While with Forex, you can literally start with £50. You can start trading with £50.
Oh.
That's the bit difference, yeah.
Okay. So what's a win for someone that is trading, for example?
Sorry, say again?
What's a win? So, for example, you saying that it's the difference between pounds to euro or something like that, but how do a trader makes money out of that?
It's because the exchange rates fluctuate all the time. So, for example, let me give you a quick example. Can you still see me?
Yeah.
So, for example, if you want to go for a holiday, let's say you want to go from here to the USA, yeah? So you need to exchange your pounds to US dollars. And let's say the ratio is 1 to 2. So now you want to exchange 1,000 pounds into US dollars. So because it's 1 to 2, you're gonna get in return 500 pounds. Yeah?
Okay.
So then imagine you went for a holiday, you didn't use any cash because everything, and you still have those 500, and you came back. So now you need to exchange those $500 to pounds again. And the exchange rates fluctuate every minute, every second, basically. And you come back in here, and now it's from 1 to 2, it's 1 to 4. So now when you're gonna exchange those $500 to pounds, you're gonna get 2,000 instead of 1,000. So you make profit of 1,000 pounds. That's how it works.
Okay.
It's all about the fluctuation of the.
Does it get a lot more complicated than that? Do you have to kind of move it into different currencies multiple times before moving it back to pounds?
No, basically you choose a pair of currencies, and then you have the graph and the chart, and you just follow on one currency.
Oh, okay.
Then the way you're saying, then business, for example, then it's business thing. Businesses use foreign exchange a lot as well. Like, for example, if we buy a pair of Nikes from the UK, all the profits that Nike makes in the UK, one day or another, they need to exchange it to US dollars because their main office is in the US. So basically, for example, just to mention one famous, Nike use foreign exchange all the time because they have shops around the globe, but they always have to exchange the currency of that country to get them back to the United States. So basically, those are the main people who control the market, who move the market, because that's why it's a 6.6 trillion market every day.
So do they make money off that as well? So let's say, I mean, I don't know the exchange rates, but let's say the Nike in, let's say, Spain, somewhere in Europe, they might would they look at the exchange rate and go, instead of just putting it straight into US dollars, why don't we put it into pounds first, then exchange it into dollars because we will make money or lose it? Is that what they do?
So basically, Nike say doesn't. Obviously, they use a bank to control their financials, or they have a financial broker. So these financial brokers and the big banks, like for example Barclays or JP Morgan's, HSBC, they have their own personal traders. All right. So for example, I take care of the Nike's money. So they will wait for the exchange rate to be in their profit. So for example, they wait for the pound to get low and the dollar is high. So when they see that, that's when they do the big exchange, so they make profit again. You know?
Yeah.
So the sales profit they do, they make another profit through the exchange rate as well.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
So, but explain me something. Like, for example, I can relate to that because I would have, for example, £100. When I came here, £100 I would take to Portugal. It would give me £130, 130 euros.
Yes.
But when I wanted to bring the money back to the UK, I have £100 still. So how would
because the exchange rate didn't change a lot that much.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, but now, for example, if I did that on the past, so imagine 4 years ago I brought money to Portugal, it would be 130 euros.
Yeah.
Now that I would bring it, for example, I would actually lose money. But how can you needed the euro to grow for me to make money here in the UK, for example, wouldn't you?
But the thing is, we do these things online, and we have charts of 1 hour charts, 4 hour charts, 15 minutes charts, and the price fluctuates all the time. So, for example, if I show you something quickly, can you see the screen?
Yeah.
So that's what I mean. So the yellow is when the market goes down, and the white are when the market goes up. Which is each candle, which is this, we call it a candle. Each candle is for 1 hour. Yeah,
okay.
Means an hour. So, for example, if I bought here, I will make all this profit because the market went down there. But when you go, for example, on the weekly, it doesn't move that much. It takes ages. So if you went for a holiday and came back, in that week, it might be again, the price can be back again from where you left the UK. So that's why I didn't see any difference that much. Also, it's because we're talking about just €100. When you go like thousands or millions, then you see more of.
Yeah.
But the thing is, you can make profit quickly because we do everything online instead of going to the exchange bureau, like we have everywhere else. We do things online, and the price fluctuate every second because we have even seconds.
So what it fluctuate from, like, obviously where it went really high and then you could see it literally drop to very low. What are sort of things that makes it fluctuate like that in such a short space of time?
It's these companies and the big banks.
Oh,
like I said, for example, Nikes, they input a huge of money, they make the transfer. So the market affect the market because the banks control like 48% of the whole market. So imagine 48% a day of the 6.6 trillion a day. So they use the news as an excuse. You know, for example, when there was the U.S. elections, the dollar spiked down a lot. When Biden won, the market spiked up. So they also use this news as an excuse. Or when Trump tweets, they do what they want to do. You know, that's how they move the market.
Insider trading.
Yeah.
They basically control it then.
Huh?
They basically control it, and they can make decisions to probably benefit them more.
That's what they do. They always do. They manipulate the market all.
So
That's why they invented forex, not for the common person to make money. They invented this system for themselves to make more money off our money.
yeah.
The same thing. For example, when you have a saving account when you're at your bank, so you open a saving account and he tells you he's going to give you 0.3% per year interest rate. You know, with your money, the bank, like I said, they have their own traders. The bank goes and invests that money in the foreign exchange. So he gets like 10% and he gives you 0.3% to you.
Wow.
That's what they do. It's no secret. I mean, but the banks obviously don't tell you that. They don't want to teach you that.
So, but why did you get into trading?
First thing first, I got into trading. It's because of time freedom. That's the thing. I love PT. I still love PT. I love the gym environment. I love helping people a lot. But the thing is, you're still trading your time for money. That's the thing. While trading, you're trading your money for time. So it doesn't take ages. It took me a while to get used to it. You need to put work, but it's like everything other. I mean, when you need to study something, you need to go to college or university. They spend 4 or 5 years easily to learn a skill set. While if you put hard work in a year in trading, you'll be going good. But that's the main reason, because I still love and I love the gym environment. I love talking to people. I love helping people and see people change their body composition, achieving new goals and everything. But the thing is, you need to still spend 8 to 10 hours a day at the gym. So to me, that's still not ideal for me. That's
At the moment, are you just doing trading then?
No, I'm still doing part-time, but currently, because since I work in a school now, the gym was still open for the pupils, but I'm only going like between 12 to 15 hours. It depends the timetable of the pupils. I don't have a planned timetable. We work according to the pupils' timetable. But I'm on a part-time basis. I just do 12 to 15 hours a week.
And what's for example, is your goal only do trading in the future?
Yeah. And I'm also in network marketing, because the company I'm with, they offer network marketing with trading as well.
Okay.
So it's another extra source of income. You can never have enough source of income. And 2020 was a clear proof that one source of income, it's not good.
Yes, definitely. So what's your goal? How long do you think it will take you? So you've been doing this for how long? A year? Or less?
Now, yeah.
And how long do you think it's going to take you to be only doing this, for example?
Maybe another year, I believe. But the thing is, I'm not that, like I said, I'm not that eager to quit PTing and stuff, because I still like it. And I still do my money, and I trade maybe 2 hours in the morning and then 2 hours in the afternoon, maybe. It's because I choose that, because sometimes I'm done in the morning, but in the afternoon we jump on a Zoom call with all the team, It's like community, have a chat, have a laugh and everything. But other than that, I have my free time. So I'm a bit flexible right now as well with the pupils. They're not going into that much to school and everything. So why not? I don't mind spending 4 hours at the gym. So I'm not that easy to quit as well.
So if anyone, go ahead, Liam. Go ahead.
How's, obviously with what's gone on in the coronavirus, would you say that's helped you with your trading, or do you think it's made it more difficult? How's that?
No, it helped me a lot because the foreign exchange market it's the only recession-proof, or call it whatever you want, market in the world. Because if a tragedy happens in the world, we make money both ways.
It will always fluctuate, isn't it? It's like you're not buying a company or stocks of a company. You will always have that difference of euro to pounds, and
the exchange rates always happens because we're talking about big companies. Like imagine like Coca-Cola, Nike, they sell millions every day around the world. So the exchange rate is always happen. It's always happen. So no matter if the market is going up or down, we still make money. That's the beauty of it. And the coronavirus was a blessing for me, But then that's also a thing that comes down to perspective in life. I've been saying this a lot of time because during COVID times, there are certain people, they lost everything. There are other people, they became wealthy or millionaires. The difference between the two, they're both humans. The difference is their perspective. One saw opportunity, the other saw tragedy. Like for example, a colleague of mine at the gym during the first lockdown. So I have 2 colleagues. One of them, he was like sad, felt bad, played PlayStation every day, wasting time and energy. The other guy built an online business, starting doing PT outside, and now he's earning more money than he's earned in his full time, and he's leaving soon because he built a big business now. So that's the difference. It's all about person. For myself, again, people were like, oh, I can go there, I can do that, I'm close at home. Yeah, but for me, I just focus on the chart and I make money on it.
Yeah.
And I also help other people do that. And since a lot of people weren't working, a lot of people joined our community. Our company now, we have over 300,000 members worldwide. And now Floyd Mayweather is a CEO as well. He joined up with our CEO, Floyd Mayweather. So we're growing a lot.
So if anyone wanted to join, what do they need to do?
They need to contact a person in the company, because how it works is it works with an invitation. So you can't go on the website of our team or our company and join. You need to be invited through someone. So they can contact me, like for example on Instagram. I use Instagram a lot. It's @prolific_trader, and I can guide them from there, because what we do like we call them opportunity calls. It's a 30-minute call on a Zoom call, which will explain what we do, what we offer, what you can gain, what's Forex exactly, and all those kind of stuff. Yeah.
Okay. And do they need to pay to get in?
Yes, we have a joining fee and a monthly fee, but we also have the option, we call it scholarship. To get the education for free. If you refer 2 people to the company, your monthly fee will be waived off. Also, then they, like I said, they have the network marketing part. So you can start register as an IBO, as an independent business owner. And the more people you refer, you get paid from it.
Okay.
So how does tax work with trading? You have to pay tax, you have to prove, because I know it's still kind of like self-employment. Like the way we in PTs and other self-employment is, we have to pay how much we earn, and then the government decide to tax us depending on our ingoings and outgoings. Is it the same for you guys?
From the top of my head, I can't remember the exact figures, but I believe I'm not sure if it's 30,000 a year. Under 30,000 a year, it's considered gambling, so you don't pay tax on it.
Oh, okay.
So for them, it's like you're going to let books and play.
Yeah. Well.
But if you, I'm not sure if it's 30 or 50,000 a year, but if you earn more than 50,000 a year, you need to start declaring tax and paying tax on it. But I can't remember on the top of my head the exact figures, if it's 30 or 50, but it works like that.
You can try and put PT down as gambling. Gambling if
I have a fly here. CTS gambling. I'm gambling for client.
Gambling for results.
Yeah. So
you can also use Bitcoin. A lot of people now use Bitcoin as well.
Is it still going?
Well,
The Bitcoin?
Bitcoin is booming right now.
Still?
Man, I don't even understand Bitcoin.
It's a digital currency.
It's a cryptocurrency. Instead, it's money that doesn't exist. But then again, money, you have those numbers on your bank account. Yeah, it's created on your computer. There's no. It's not seen.
It's just a paper printed by the banks. Yeah. They invented it. You know, for example, you, Filipe, when you went to buy the house, you just sit down, give them everything. The bank clerk, or what you call it, what they do is just type in the computer the numbers. Yeah. Boom, it's in your bank account, but it's just numbers on the computer.
Yeah, I never seen the money.
No one gave him physical money, and he just paying them back. But the bank just invented the number on the computer that day. He wanted 300K, for example. They just 300K, minus 300K on your account, and he transfers to the house owner, and you start paying the bank back.
Yeah.
That's true.
Because, that's, even like Robert Kiyosaki mentioned this all the time.
Yeah, but for you, for example, is it worth it buying a house?
In my opinion, no.
Why?
Because it's the way I see it, it's still a liability. Because you need to take care of the maintenance and everything.
Okay.
And
but for example,
it's still an investment in the long run.
Yeah.
But me personally, I'm a guy that likes to move a lot as well. So I don't see myself buying this house and spend the rest of my 10 years in this house.
I think it's like you said, depends on the perspective of the person.
That's everything.
For example, all my life, any fitness guru, any financial guru would say, house is the best investment, a car is a bad investment. And then you have someone like Grant Cardone that made his money through real estate, and he says it's a bad investment. He's not very clear, but I think it's from all of the things he's done in the past, probably. You just get all people excited. So I don't know. It's like, end of the day, how I see it is, I'm not moving. Instead of paying £600 and give to someone, I'm investing in a house a month. So
that's the way I see it.
Yeah.
The way I see it, if you're a millionaire, buy houses and rent them. Yeah, it's an investment. But for me, the way I see it is spend the rest of my life until I'm 60, 63,
but
64 years old.
Even if you think, Matt, for example, if you bought something like a £200,000 house, and in 15 years you sold it for 300,000,
it's still good money.
It's amazing trading, isn't it?
It is.
It's no different. It's amazing trading.
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah.
Some people is it the buy to rent or something like that, where then they just rent it out for the exact money they've just brought it, and technically they're not paying anything because they're renting it out, and then in 20 years' time, it's paid off and they're sitting on a 200 grand house.
Yeah.
If you can afford that, it's really smart.
Yeah.
That's a smart investment. That's a really smart investment.
Because then you can sell it and cash out, or continue to rent it for, I don't know, £800 a month or whatever it's worth.
But that you're saying too in the long run, you know, because to pay the whole mortgage, minimum, you need 20 years, minimum. Unless, like I said, unless you're a millionaire and you buy the house straight away. And then you rent it.
I don't think it's impossible. For example, I know I have a friend, a really close friend, and he just bought a house, and I believe he will pay the house in less than 10 years.
Yeah, it's not impossible. It depends how much he earns as well.
It depends. It's nothing astronomical. I think it depends. Like, it's all how people move with their money. Like, what you spend. Like,
it's all about your priorities in life. I have my cousin back in Malta. He bought a house, and in his mind, he said, "I'm gonna pay the house before I get married." So he bought the house 6 years before he got married. And he paid it, but he was working like a dog. But all he could think is that, and he did it. He worked like a dog. He used to work 3 jobs, but that was his priority in life, you know. But now he's chilling. He got married. He have kids. He doesn't have to stress about mortgage. Now he's stressed only about the kids. While certain people, they have the mortgage, then you have kids, then you can't go to a holiday and all these stuff. But again, it comes back to people's perspective, people's priority, and people's minds. Everyone is.
Yeah. So, and Matt, are you happy that the gyms are going to open?
Yeah. I am, yeah.
You, Liam?
Nope.
You're not?
Nah, I mean, I am. I'm just...
Now, if I'm in your position, I wouldn't be there. But I'm just excited to go back training.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I'm excited for. But if I didn't have a business at all that had anything to do with the gym, I didn't work in a gym, I didn't...
Yeah, exactly.
Wasn't a PT, I'd be buzzing. But, you know, the biggest stress anyone who's working in the fitness industry is building back up their client base, getting their clients motivated and set again, and, you know, just getting back in that environment and doing things such as, you know, like the cleaning and all the stuff. It's okay when you're only there for an hour.
The cleaning.
When you're doing all them, you know, cleaning down kit and you're doing that for 8 to 12 hours a day, it's just a stress and just an annoyance. And I think I'm not exactly that motivated yet until I'm certain that we will stay open.
Yeah.
That's the annoying thing. I don't want to go back to work, get all my clients back in, get them all checked and, you know, start working towards, because it's not the same being at home, start working towards the goals properly again. And then Boris say in 4 weeks, "Oh, sorry, we're shutting the gyms."
I don't think he would do it again because...
I don't know.
A lot of hassle was caused when he closed the gym this time. But...
different. I think part of me wants to believe that.
Yeah, I know what you mean.
When he introduced this tier 1 to 3 system originally, when he introduced it, he said one of the reasons he was introducing it was because he doesn't want to punish the rest of the country in lockdowns and put the whole country in lockdown if it's just a specific area. Well, 3 or 4 weeks later, our area, Peterborough, was actually okay.
Yeah, but they still did it.
Certain parts of, obviously, the country north were incredibly bad, and then he just shuts the whole country down. So when he says, you know, he opens the gyms again and unessential shops, and he says, "Oh, we really don't want to go back into a lockdown, we're doing this tier 3 system," part of me's thinking, well, you've already told me that and you put us all back into lockdown. You've already... Do you know what I mean? So I think it's a case of quickly get a shitload of money.
The problem is they don't know what they're doing, honestly.
Yeah.
They just contradicting themselves every single day, and they're taking these steps through the country without scientific evidence, without nothing. Because the World Health Organization, which I'm not a fan of it, but still, there was the CEO or something like that. This is a huge doctor. He was like saying to countries around the world, don't do lockdowns because they're not going to do anything. They're going to make things worse. 2 days later, Boris put the whole UK in lockdown. And I'm like, what are you doing? On which criteria? On which basis? And now, yesterday, not yesterday, the day before, on Sky, they were saying now, all of a sudden, they realize that the most cases and the most place you infect yourself with COVID is in the supermarket, but yet they close the gyms. You don't need to rocket science to know that, innit? So, and when they did the survey on the gyms, like literally 1.2% people were infected from a gym.
Yeah.
I mean, and all the gyms, I believe they made a good job, because if you see all the cleaning they're doing.
Yeah.
I mean, and that's why I wouldn't be excited either if I'm in your position, because I'm going at the school maybe 4-hour shifts, max 5-hour shifts, 2 times a week maybe, and it's not a big gym. It's not like your gym. It's a gym in a school. Imagine that, but you still have to clean after each session. The pupils leave. You have to clean. You have to clean. You have to clean.
Yeah.
So,
but part of me, with all the stuff the gyms are introduced now, with giving sanitizing liquids and obviously wiping down and spraying down kit, that realistically should have just been in place. Like, to me, like, if some sweaty guy's just been on the fucking...
it should be always in place, yeah.
Should be a mandatory thing, so I'm happy that that's been introduced. But I think the gyms, there's nothing more they could have physically have done, and I think it was a bit of a kick in the teeth for all of us guys, and I think we got more upset this time round when we're shut. We've changed so much in the gyms, and we've worked ass off cleaning daily and cleaning ridiculously well as well, haven't we, Filipe? Like, on our hands and knees, scrubbing shit down and constantly going over with a spray gun, and then when they turned around, they shut the gyms as well. It was kind of a bit like, well, what's the point then?
And statistics showed that
and we penalised for doing all these changes, which you've told us to do. The gyms aren't exactly the bad cases of where the virus is spreading and coming from. So why shut it?
It's because it's not. They don't care about the health. That's a clear for me. They don't care about the health. Because if you care about the health, stop selling alcohol, stop selling tobacco. 200 people a week, and you can go on the British BritishHealthStatistics.com. Average 200 people a week die from smoking cigarettes, but they never close tobacco shop. They still keep, but then they close the gym because they found like 0.2% COVID cases from the gym. Doesn't make any sense. Or they shut down London. Now almost 1.2 million people lost their job in London, only in London. We're talking just in London. Imagine whole Britain. Homelessing rate is increased by 50%. It's not a joke in December. Christmas is coming. But that's clear. But you close the gym. Or all you hear on Sky News, on BBC is this today found these cases, these died. But no one is saying, listen, start supplementing on vitamin D. Eat real food. Do exercise. Go out. No, stay home. Go out if you're necessary.
This generation doesn't. It's not created to be fed what you need to do. Like, you cannot say to someone that they're fat now because it's offensive, and it's not a disease, and it's and they do posts to accept fatness.
Yes.
And so you saying that. If you come to me, I'm like, I'm 95 kilos now. I used to be 83. I'm fat. And if you come to me and say, Philippe, do something about it, I'm gonna say, yeah, I know, mate. And I know you're saying that because you like me. If I'm posting stuff that, I need to feel this way, it's like, I cannot stand people like that, man. And people don't want to listen the truth. They're so fucking sensitive.
We live in a lie.
Yeah, and it's like if you need, what you need to do to get well is go to the gym, train, and live better. But no, why are you promoting that? It's like, you guys know James Smith.
Yeah.
James Smith is the.
Yeah, it's like.
It's so funny. The PT.
Yeah.
The PT. Yeah, all right.
He posted something like, "You want to lose fat, be in a calorie deficit," and this woman, this snake, I don't know her name, Eve Simons, posted something trashing him down, saying that you should never be in a calorie deficit because you're letting people that are fat. And then another guy posted on him, is like, you should watch what you're saying. My sister watches your post and she's anorexic, and you're telling her to go on a calorie deficit. And he's saying for fat people, if they want to lose weight, go on a calorie deficit. And this twat comes and says, what about my sister? It's like, you cannot say anything.
Yeah, true.
You cannot say anything.
See this video on what show it is? What's the news channel with Piers Morgan?
Morning Britain or something. Yeah.
Right. And there was this. I didn't watch the whole thing, but I just watched kind of his argument.
I think I've already seen that.
There's this person speaking about the different types of genders. And he was listening, and he was saying about how there's over 100 types of different genders now, and that you're not allowed to discriminate. And if someone wants to identify as a certain type of a gender, they're allowed to. And he said, okay, well, what if I want to identify as a penguin? The guy was like, you can't do that, blah, blah, blah. And he's like, no, you're trying to back your point and say you can't discriminate how 100 different there's 100 different genders, and you cannot discriminate if someone would like to identify as that. Well, what if I want to identify as a penguin? You can't sit there and discriminate me.
It's ridiculous.
If that's how I want to identify. And that's true. It's like there's so many rules, and he said it's like it's one rule for one person and someone else. And that PT, I get it. When on my TikToks, when I do videos, I said this is my favorite bicep exercise. I didn't say it was the best. Do you know what I mean? And I'll say this is my favorite, and someone will comment, this definitely is not the best. And I'm like,
they don't even read. Read. It's the same thing with James Smith. He said, be in a calorie deficit, not starve yourself.
Yeah.
But people see that he said, starve yourself. No.
People take what they want to hear, and it's like my biggest video on TikTok, the one where it was about how to actually see visible abs. And I basically went through and I said, number one, you got to have your diet on point. It's mostly diet and being in a calorie deficit and losing body fat that sees abs. It's not just the fact that you need to do ab exercises. And I've worded in some way of, you don't need to spend an hour a day training your abs. Instead, train them because there's a muscle and they need to be trained. But you need to focus on your diet, your training, being in a calorie deficit. And then I went in and spoke about how to be in a calorie deficit through training, weight training, cardio, and diet, right? And someone comments, but you should still train your abs to see your abs. And I was like, it's not the point I'm making. The point I'm making is, yes, you should still train your abs because it's a muscle.
Yeah.
But it's not about that. It's about being in a calorie deficit. You can be fat. You can be obese. You still have abs. They're just not visible.
Yeah.
But the ab muscle doesn't grow like a shoulder grows, like a pec grows, like a bicep grows, and especially or your legs and glutes grow.
They solidify, not grow
They
as such.
grow almost none. And when you're doing shoulder press and you're doing so many exercises, you're already working your abs and your core.
When
So
you're
you
squatting
see-
with free weight,
you
you're
see-
engaging the core all the time.
You see, most of the bodybuilders, they don't even barely train abs. You barely
Yeah.
train. I seen a post the other day about a debate about it was Greg Doucette and Cali Muscle, and Cali Muscle said he barely trains abs. He only trains abs for videos,
Yeah,
and it is
it's
what
true.
it is, man.
Well, when I was competing, I only did abs for about 15 minutes twice a week.
Yeah, you don't need that much.
And it's because when you're doing deadlifts, RDLs, overhead military press, squatting, you're constantly engaging your core. You're engaging your core by standing up straight, doing a standing barbell curl.
Yeah, otherwise you start going over the place.
You went and trained, if you just did a 15-minute hardcore ab session and then went and stood dead straight back and did a standing barbell curl, you'll feel your abs.
Yeah,
Because you'll feel
yeah,
you'll be like,
because
"Oh,
they're already hurting.
abs." And this is what I mean, people don't realise that. And that's one of the reasons why you don't need to spend we all know the guys in the gym that they go in, they train arms or whatever they want to train, and then they spend 40 minutes doing abs and doing reverse crunches and
Still, you're not gonna do them. You're not gonna make them visible with that training. You still need to drop the calories.
helps in the long run. I believe you should train it like you should train every muscle, but it's like if I want bigger arms, I'm not gonna train my biceps an hour every day. It's not going to happen.
It's not gonna make any.
It comes down to your diet first. If you want to build muscle, your diet's got to be on point.
The time that my abs hurt the most was when I had my first surgery on my knee, and I didn't play football seriously for almost a month, for a year. And when I played the first game, the next day I couldn't turn.
Yeah.
And everything, the sides, the abs, everything hurt.
Yeah, because like Liam said, they're all the time engaged in every movement you do.
It's
You're always engaged.
it was ridiculous.
Otherwise, you start unless you're like this.
Yeah.
If you're standing tall, chest proud, and you're running, for example, you're still engaging your core.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But again, it goes down to the food. The same thing if you want to build muscle, you can, like you said, train your bicep 1 hour a day. If you're not giving it fuel, if you're not eating enough protein, it's not going to grow.
Sure.
It's the same thing with abs. You can train them hours a day. If you're not in calorie deficit, it's not
They're not
going
gonna
to
show. They're not gonna show. They're not gonna show. Okay, guys. Matt, thank you so much for that, bro. And I hope to see you soon.
Always a pleasure.
Hope to see you soon. Liam,
Yeah.
See you soon, guys.
see you soon, guys.